Hello and welcome back to what is for the first time us starting in the middle of a storyline, but you know what? That's how the ball is. That's how dogs is and all that. That's how the ball's rolling. Whoa! Oh, great! I forgot we still had the barking thing on. All right, where are we? Ooh, a car.
But Stanley just couldn't do it.
No,
He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
You're not wrong.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
Ooh.
And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
Oh, God.
Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Well
this
then.
is the story of a woman named Mariella.
What?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments, she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
All right then. that was quite an ending. I'll give you that. Oh, why are we opening up the console? I definitely did not open up the console. Oh, we're back to this. Thank God. We can get
All of
the.
his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We could get the whiteboard ending properly this time. Okay, good. We don't have the bark anymore. It was cool, but I didn't want to have it anymore. Can we? Wait. So I can't actually close the door. No, okay. I mean, the insane ending did kind of make sense with us literally barking. So, fair. Alright, I guess whiteboard ending is not an actual ending. Because I can't figure out how to make it the ending. I'm assuming if I just bark in this door, it's not going to actually do anything, huh? Or in this room, not in this door. Alright, so what's the next logical step that we take? We saw that those inputs received to take care of, and we have actual left for the first time ever in history to go into. Okay.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors. He entered the door on his left.
Right. Okay, for the first time ever, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to door on the left. It's very exciting. I know. Ooh, just an unlabeled door. Okay. And okay, we're back here. I see.
There was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Okay. Broom closet we've already done. Downstairs we've done.
Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Still barking? Alright. Okay. We've made it somewhere. Right? Yeah. To the bathroom. Nope, not. Okay, that was a little weird. For the first time ever in, like, the history of ever, OBS crashed on me, so I don't remember what I was saying at that point. But thankfully, like, I noticed it fast enough where we should be back here. Yeah, because, you know, the screen was all, like, weird and... I don't know. Sorry, I've been slightly mind-flooded by the fact that OBS can apparently crash, and now I'm worried that it's going to do it again. Yeah, but I guess we'll just continue where we left off. What was I thinking of? Ooh, awaiting input. That's the third one. Okay, that's 3 inputs. Out of how many? 5? Yeah, 5. We're gonna have to find 2 more. Okay, cool. Right, so we're back to going to the left and then going into this area. Okay. Boss. Okay, here we go into. This is not quite the same as the other boss's room that we did previously, I think.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him?
Ooh, camera.
What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
Can we leave? Oh, we can bark. Alright. Piano? Nope. Bark at the piano.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs.
Oh, more or less.
Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Alright, this is the keypad. Yeah, this is definitely different from what we had before.
2845.
Oops. Got it wrong, narrator. Looks like you're gonna have to do it for me. Okay.
But it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Okay. Sure, let's go ahead and continue then, I guess. Ooh. Ooh. What's over this way? Anything? Oh. I have entered some kind of dark hallway, but it does not appear that I can continue anywhere. Okay, fair enough. It's just a dark, spooky hallway, and there's an elevator that takes us down. Okay. Oh, bark at the elevator.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Ooh, alright. Where are we now? This kind of seems
Stanley
like...
walked straight ahead through the large door that
Mind
read
control facility.
Mind control facility.
Escape to the left. Ooh, did we go to the mind control facility last time? I don't remember. Well, escape. That's fine.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
I don't believe you. You've never been honest with me, not once, Mr. Narrator, man.
Behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Sure. What's in here? Ooh. Oh, is that just death? Okay. Fair enough. He did warn me that there was going to be death. Wait. No. No death. What is this?
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to
It's a crusher.
He reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
What if we crouch, though? What if we crouch, though? Oh.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator.
What?
As Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the other way is definitely not anything at all. Okay, so I guess we walk into the name of the game. Sure, dude. A Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Is this some kind of like...
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Okay, don't touch that quite yet. Office layout. Ooh. Are there any hints here of any sort? Corridor. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. The corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Okay. The two doors, a set of two open doors, was the very first concrete piece of Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. Filing cabinets, office computers. Ooh, okay. We're like in some kind of museum of the game itself. When we're still barking. Doors, the office. Oh, okay, none of these actually do anything. Button sounds. A selection of sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Okay, cool. Alrighty. Credits of who created the game. Cool. You can look at those if you wish. The Office. Okay. The copier machine. Interesting. The larger this text, if someone could just get rid of the text, maybe then I could see what the game is about. Words, words. This point of the Stanley Parable HD Remix is to lose. The point of the Stanley Parable HD Remix is to win. Am I going crazy? It isn't the same image. Was that clock there before? I don't remember. How do I go back? Can you check for me? These are screenshots of the Stanley Parable HD Remix. More endings, fewer endings, more narrators, fewer narrators, more Stanley, less Stanley. Oh, Warzone. What the fuck? Some kind of like Tron something. We'll read that in a second. Alien base. Bike with some barbed wire. Okay. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up on a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient and would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted it as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not our intention. Okay. Guess this is now the lore episode. Narrator emails. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these in further promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are a selection of these emails. Please, I would like to keep the personal as top so you can delete it. Interested, get back to me if you're interested for details regards to transfer 24 to How is the game going? I hope it's as good or better than the first one. From a cool man. What's the first one? Is there another Stanley Parable? Regarding promotion result, attention to recover the first apply for the claim. Okay, so it's just junk mail. Will the Stanley Parable have infinite quests? How many endings? If the Stanley Parable is really going to let me go shopping, I hope it will have a fine selection of desert boots. Desert boots. Desert boots. Okay, nice one. Me. How do you stay in shape? You know what? I don't care enough to go through all those. Okay. The Office. Ooh. The Lounge. El Loungo, as they would say in Spanish. But not really. Okay. 427, Stanley's Office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's Office over time. The first was created in November 2011, second in 2012, and the third in 2013. Okay. Alright. Yep, those are Stanley's offices. They didn't lie. No lies were had at our expense. Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Davey, the writer, as a kind of audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game, though much of the environment has changed. The basic layout from this mockup still is in the game. Okay, cool. I don't want to go there quite yet. There was another room we missed here. Yes. Oh, there's a hallway. Oh god, there's so many hallways. Okay. The apartment timer. In a previous version of the choice leading to the apartment ending, a timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone would lead to a different ending. Huh. The cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as what's in the final game, but we wanted it to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. Okay. The cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying on or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we also wanted the option for the player falling to their death. Okay. Always good to give the player options to kill themselves, I guess. Maintenance layouts. The flow of hallways following the first two doors was important to get right, since players will replay them so many times. We've discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simplest version that won out. Elevated space, staircase, lounge, maintenance, the one option. Vent. There's a vent? Okay. Meeting room. Sweet. Then there's also this. That also has a shitload of hallways to lead to other places, god damn it. The game is now paused. Begin the game again, resume the game options return. Escape menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating to everyone. Zending levers? The levers were originally a part of the Zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color lever they had pulled. Zending. Oh, okay. The screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as Zending, which was eventually cut and merged with another part of the game. Okay. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon and change it again shortly before launch. Okay, let's go to the left now. Trailers. We ran 4 major teaser trailers over the course of the game's development, each meant to convey something about the spirit of the game. This is the first one, released in May 2012. It features a series of broken rooms and the voice of the narrator informing viewers that he is preparing a new version of the Stanley Parable. Cool. We'll just kind of back on out of here. If we are already playing the game, there is no real reason to watch the trailers. I don't think. As cool as they may have been, I actually never saw any of them, so I'm sorry about that to any devs watching and or listening. Oh god. Okay. Oh, okay, this was the middle of the floor, I think. So then down. Oh, okay, hold on. I need to find where we started. Oh god. I've done it now. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Let's start from where... Oh, Christ, where did we come from? Oh, good. Okay, so we found this room again. Alright, so from here... Office clock. Boss's office. Right, now we go here. Perfect. We figured it out, yes. Alright. See here, employee lounge, underground, an early version of the underground portion of the game. Escape micro facility. Okay, cool. Narrator outtakes. Kevin Brighting, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue for the entire game roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes that were not used in the final game. I can like barely hear them.
For the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of core level design.
Anyway, that's cool. Narrator doing a phenomenal job, by the way. The dude's voice is like awesome. In fact, you know what the narrator's voice reminds me of? There's a channel on YouTube. Gopher is the name of the channel. It kind of reminds me of Gopher's voice just a bit. Like a little bit different, but kind of close enough, you know? You feel me? Buddy old pal, countdown desk. One of the desks from an early version of the countdown ending. There's a countdown ending, apparently, that we can bark at. Alright, cool. Alright. This is where we came from initially. Countdown room, an early version of the countdown room. Is the countdown room the one with all the monitors? Maybe? Monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up or down with freedom above the countdown. With freedom above and countdown below. We abandoned this idea when players found it difficult to remember what was up and what was down, and placed the two endings together instead. Okay, freedom ending. This is the freedom ending as it existed in the beta. There's a freedom ending. That's good to know. Don't know what that is. That's probably progression if I had to guess. Like out of here, I mean. Oh, and we're back here, which was the top level. Okay, sweet. I think we've explored the entire museum. What is these chains? Oh, the elevator chains, right? Okay, sweet. I think that's it then.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Okay. Stanley parable on off. I guess we hit off. Well,
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let time...
I wonder if we actually would have restarted, if there would have been a different ending. God damn it. Now there's another potential thread that we've discovered. Ah! Alright. Are we reloading? Do we have to reload? Oh, I guess it wouldn't have mattered if we reloaded earlier than us getting killed. We would have reloaded, and if we reloaded later, we still would have reloaded. Okay, I see what you're saying. Begin the game again. Alright. This is definitely not... This is most definitely not the proper hallway. Oh shit, we're still barking. So we're still part of the other ending.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Sure, dude. We'll bark our way to victory. Okay.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh god, I'm so no longer sure what is part of the ending and what is not. Please don't crash OBS. What? What the fuck? The executive bathroom is now a thing we can open? Alright. Okay. Money in the morning, money in the evening, money for breakfast, money crisp. Extreme bathrooms. Alright. We cannot interact with any of these extreme bathrooms. Ooh, can we look at ourselves? No. Apparently not. Okay. This is just a door that now opens all of a sudden. God damn it, me. You have to check every single door on every single playthrough now, apparently, because it's just... It's just... Well, it's just, you know, hard to tell now what... There's a fucking another one that opens. Oh my god. What's this way? Indoors monthly time? Graphs? Oh, there's an elevator. What is this? We can go up or down? Okay. Let's go up. What does up give us? Elevator music, wonderful. What is going on? Does up actually go anywhere, or are we stuck in this elevator forever? Maybe we should have gone down. Oh, we made it? We made it. Oh, it's the same place. Hold on. What about down? What about down, though? It's probably gonna be the same place again, isn't it? Back to the music. Wonderful. If we press down again, does it accelerate anything? Alright, elevator leads nowhere. We have learned that, I think. Right, unless there are any, like, little... Nope, there's nothing we can actually, like, use to get out. Fair enough. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was
Okay, we
once
can't open
again
the door.
stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation.
Wait, what?
But his
What?
attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
That didn't open? Oh, right, the passageway is this way. I remember now. Okay, what if we try to open the door now? No, this door is still unopenable. Okay. So, now what do we do? Is this still part of other ending? Is this still part of women talking to us ending? Because, like, there was a bunch of new shit that changed. The elevator was now accessible and all that. I would assume that's all part of the new ending. But I don't know. On the other hand, we did reload, so... I have no idea, dude. I'm so beyond lost on these endings. Okay, alright.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I don't, should we go back to the escape room again? Or is that just going to be the museum again? Sure, I guess we'll just walk to Mind Control Facility. Why not? Oh, there's a light bulb.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
What if we press the light bulb button again, though? Or is it... No, we're still barking. Light bulb? Light bulb button. Nope. No light bulb. No light bulb button. Okay. Can we leave? Mayhaps? Mayhaps are there other buttons to be pressed? Nope. This is just Bark Boys Extreme. So we're back to the room that has all the... Oh, we were up there before. That's right. So there should be 3 of these down here somewhere. There should be a 3rd one connecting. From there, yeah, there is going to be another connection. Ah, see? Well, we're sort of a genius. Camera for observing nonsense. All kinds of computers and whatnot.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Ooh. Spooky. Okay. Another button for the elevator.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I guess we go up in the elevator. Seeing as there's nothing else to do.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay, apparently we've... Micro status offline. Okay, we've apparently entered an entirely different game now. This... okay. Cool. Dismantle the power of the machine. 3. Alright, and then these computers seem to be actually doing anything. Facility power. Alright. Sure. Big red button. That appears to be unpushable. Fair. What if we go down? What does down give us? Is there anything down gives us? No, there's nothing down gives us. Okay, that's fine. Just double check all these buttons to see if there's anything we actually missed or not. But I don't think there is. Oh, there's... Is that where we came? No, we came from the elevator. That's right, we came from the elevator. Elevator. That's all not actually anything. 1, 2. What if we go through and push all 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5? Also disabled. Okay. What's this? No, this is a locked door. Okay. Sweet. What about... No, these are all just on buttons. We've seen all these before. I think. None of them actually do anything. I think we could press them all, I guess. Why not? Okay. We pressed 1 and 2. Let's try pressing 3, and then 4 and 5, I guess? There's 5 right there. So let's find 3, then press 4, then press 5. 3, there's 3. This may potentially do absolutely nothing, but for all we know, we should try anyway. That's 5. Where is 4? Is 4 just straight up non-exist? Oh, 4 is up there. Okay. Let's do it. Let's hit that 4. Fiddy hit that 4. I believe is what someone once said. Of course, I don't know who that someone is. Just throwing out... Oh god, that was a weird lag spike. Throwing out potential possibilities. What is this? No, there's also nothing. Okay. 4 and then 5. Hopefully that does something. But I doubt it. 5? No. Either we fucked it up or those actually do nothing at all. Or it could be the reverse. We go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I suppose that's also a possibility, but you know what? I'm not messing around with it quite yet. This button still does nothing. Okay. That's fine. Alright. Cool. I guess we'll just progress onwards here to the facility power. And see what this is. Mind control idle awaiting input. System power on off.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
No.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted?
That's right, you nerd.
Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star.
Off, please,
it's your
off.
story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock. Why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yes, you're not wrong.
Did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones, or maybe this big red button, or this door.
You're too accurate with what I'm doing.
Will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever after.
Well then. Once again, we prove the narrator is one huge dick. And yeah, that was an unexpectedly, well, weird ending, as they all are. I never know to expect any of these endings, but yeah, so there you go. That was another ending of the Stanley Parable, and we've gone way over time on this one, but that's fine. Yes, if you want to come back and watch however many more of these are left, I would love for you to join me, but until then, I've been OvoCephalon, you've been the audience, and this has been the Stanley Parable. Goodbye.